And we back. It was good with y'all niggas, so this one I wanted to do a story times because I haven't did a story time in a couple of years, to be honest with you. So I wanted to do a story time with y'all niggas and just explain to y'all like the time my job got robbed and just like what happened. Roll my blunt. Finna sip on this motherfucking hen dog. Yeah, I'm finna explain to you niggas what happened that day, right? So we're gonna jump right into it. So before I even got to work, I'm at the crib. This is early morning. I'm at my parents' house that day before and shit. I spent the night over there. During the night or whatever, you know, I'm having like this crazy ass dream, bro. Just like this wild ass dream. I think I was astral projecting, cause I honestly could like dictate damn near what was happening and you know what was going on. In the dream, a motherfucker came into my job and shit and I just was on some bullshit, bro, cause he was in there like acting a fool. So I told him he had a dip. So in the midst of the dream and shit, mom's waking me up and shit. But she didn't really pay me no attention. She just like, oh, for real? Okay. So I go to work that day and shit, and I'm at the gig. And well, that bitch just punched me. Oh my mama, that bitch just punched me. So, fuck was I talking about? That shit punched the fuck out of me. It's like 5:30 exactly, damn near, like 5:31 type shit. I'm just sitting there, it's me just by myself in the store, mind you, I'm just sitting there by myself chilling. Work at a CBD store, right? I think that's important for y'all to know, so y'all know the context of the motherfucking story. So I work at a CBD store. That particular day, it was slow. So it's like 5:30 and shit. The way my job set up, in order to get to my job, at least like to get in the store, the parking lot, it's only one way in, one way out. The nigga that was driving, he whipped into the motherfucking parking lot hard, bro, like hard. You see him, he come in hard. Then he stopped, throw that bitch in reverse, and then he throw it in reverse, and he back into his spot. So right there, just alone, I'm in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga, saw how the store made is just like where the front parking spots is. We got like big ass glass windows. We got 4 glass windows. It's 2 on the side and then 2 on the front. So, you know, we can see everything from the outside. I said, yeah, he pull in hard, then he back in hard. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? And but like when that happened, nigga, instantly, you know, everything I love, nigga, I knew what time it was. So, motherfucker hop out the car and shit. Nigga hop out on the passenger side. So it's a nigga driving, and then it's a nigga that's actually, driving, and then it's a nigga that's that hopped out the passenger seat. And then he ain't had no mask or nothing on, so I ain't think nothing of it. But then I seen when bro back into the parking spot that it didn't have no place on that bitch. So I'm telling you, bro, I got like signs, signals, bro, about the car and shit he looked just like me, bro. He had a fitted cap on, or whatever, snapback fitted cap. He had his hood up. Shit, nigga was down there just like this, bro. Oh God, nigga just like this. So the nigga come into the store and shit. Hey, bro, I'm just looking at y'all, I'm looking for y'all CBD smoke. You know, I'm trying to relax and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, I'm behind me where I'm standing at is just like, it's jars full of flowers. So like we got like 2 shelves, and the bottom shelf full with flour, and the top shelf is just full of flowers. Like it's hella buds behind me on the shelf and shit. So and then the nigga like all right. He looking at some other shit we got on display. Like all right, this y'all vapes and this and that. I'm like, yeah, blah blah blah. And then there's like a little table behind me and shit. So I'm just kind of leaning on the table. And I'm just like resting on the table, just leaning, just watching this nigga. Cause I promise you, like, nigga, I knew what time it was. I got my hands like this. I'm just rubbing my hands, just like, he like, all right, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And as he looking down, you could see him kind of fumbling with his pants. So I'm just like, man, this nigga. And the next thing you know, the nigga pull out a gun. He like, all right, you already know what time it is. Nigga hop over the counter, put the gun to my head, and he just kind of like pushing me, like pointing me in the direction with the gun to my head and shit. So he just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just kind of leading me where he want me to go. So where I'm sitting at, it's like this little, it's like the end of the motherfucking display and shit. It's near the wall. It's like a little cubby hole and shit. And you know, motherfuckers, I had my phone in there. We had a laptop back there that we was streaming shit off of for the TV. We had iPads over there and shit, all type of shit. But like, yeah, I want all that shit. So I'm just kind of grabbing shit from the direction that he pointed me at. So I thought he pulled out a trash bag. The nigga pulled out like it was just a trash bag. He pulled out a trash bag from his pants. So I'm grabbing shit. You know, I throw the iPad in there, and that's really the only thing I could grab because you could just tell his main focus was to try to get the buzz. So I throw the iPad in there, and before I could even really grab anything else, he's like, all right, now I want all this shit. So I'm putting the buzz into the plastic bag, but mind you, the buzz is in these things called infinity jars. And the infinity jars, they these heavy ass glass jars, and they black, and they prevent light from penetrating the glass, so you know, make the buzz dry out, or you know, just kind of lose quality. So we got them in there and shit. So I'm loading this trash bag up with like these heavy ass glass jars, like they're already heavy by themselves, and then some of them is like full, like they full because we fill them up as they go up. So I'm probably like 6-7 glass jars deep, and I'm like, this bitch finna rip. So I give him like 2 more. I throw 2 more in the bag, and I give him the bag. And as I give him the bag, nigga, the bottom of the bag just like it like burst. So this nigga like he carrying the glass, the bag, and then just like buzz that, you feel me, like that's like broke, that he was able to kind of recover. He's like, where the money at? So I got my hands up. He behind me. He's like, don't try nothing funny. Don't press no buttons, this and that. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm just kind of thinking, because like when he first pulled out the gun, I'm just sitting there like, when he pointed the gun at me, bro, I hopped over the counter, I was still in the same pose. I was just kind of like this, because for one, nigga, I knew it was finna happen, so I wasn't surprised at all. Nigga, 2, I just really was still processing the fact that like a nigga was robbing the CBD store, you feel me? So I opened the register, and I'm trying to get this nigga to like touch shit. But like when I'm showing him the flour and shit, I gave him the actual jar. You know what I'm saying? I gave him the jar, and he, you feel me, had it in his hand, and was, oh, okay. He took me by the register. I popped the register open, you feel me? So I'm trying to get him to grab the money, and the nigga like, no, nigga, you get it. So I grabbed the money out of shit, and I give it to him. He's like, all right, nigga, I'll be right back, nigga, don't go nowhere. I'm like, all right, shit, you know, I just got my hands up. I'm just doing what the nigga tell me to do. So then the nigga, he walking out, still with the glass and all that shit, and the money in his hand, just kind of in his gun, nigga, just carrying that shit somehow. And I'm just sitting there, you feel me, as you walking out, and I got my hands up. We got a back room to the store, and I'm like, bro, I can run to the back, but in order to get from the main area where the customer shop at to the back where the employees be at, it's a code. It's a code on the door, you feel me? So like you can't get back there without the code. Only way you can come from the back to the front, but you can't go to the front to the back without the code. So I'm like, I can run to the door, put the code in, go to the back, you feel me, and just figure it out from there. But then again, I'm like, bro, I do not want to run to the back. This nigga see me running to the back, or even I slip, bro, and fuck up the code, and I'm trying to put the code in somewhere. You know how like on movies niggas trying to put their keys in, but they just so motherfucking nervous. So I'm like, dog, I can run to the back, or the nigga could just look up and see me running to the back. The nigga don't even have to come in the store and be like, oh, nigga, I told you be still, boom, boom, boom. Like, bro, if the nigga really wanted to, the nigga could have just saw me from outside while he putting the shit in the car. And he was like, nigga, I tell this nigga to be still, and just start, you feel me, start yakking at me, and then they could have just pulled off. But I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not. Nah, nigga, you can have whatever you want, bro. Like, then he come back in, and he grabbed some of like our store bags that we put the customers' items and shit in. He take me over back to the flowers, and I'm just putting some more jars in the flowers and shit. And at this point, I'm just trying not to look at the nigga, cause I don't want the, like I said, bro, I don't want the nigga to shoot me. So I don't want the nigga thinking I know what he look like, so I can identify him later or some shit like that. So I'm not even trying to look at the nigga. You feel me? I got my head turned. You feel me? Like, I've been seeing the nigga. We got HD ass camera, so I'm just trying to just keep a cool booty at this point, because the nigga got what he wants, so he could leave, and you reason for this nigga to be any longer is he on some extra shit. So I fill up the jar, I fill up the bags, and I give it to him, and I just kind of dip off to the corner, like I'm on punishment, you feel me, like I'm on timeout, so I got my face in the corner. And bro, why this nigga on his way out, this nigga gonna say love, bro? This nigga just out here and robbed us, nigga, and then gonna say love. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So that day, I drove mom's truck to work, and my mom got, nigga, what was it, 2019 Lincoln, motherfucking Nauticus, or whatever the fuck it's called. Long story short, nigga, them bitches is nice. Like, that bitch was nice, and it was the only car in the parking lot, cause I was the only motherfucker there when that shit happened. So, and I got her keys in my pocket, and I got my phone, and I had both of my laptops in my book bag, which was in the car, nigga. I got an MSI and a Mac, nigga, and I had my expensive ass camera that I'm recording off of, nigga. $1,500 for the body, nigga, and then $750 for the lens, just nigga, like $2,700 for this whole setup. So I'm like, fuck. I just would have been fucked up, just calling my mama like, man, somebody just robbed us, man, motherfucker stole your truck. Man, that just would have been a crazy ass phone call, like, what? Yeah, you could just kind of tell that dog was on some whole other extra ass shit. So yeah, they got what they wanted, but they was just out here trying to get back on motherfuckers, just trying to sell that shit as some regular weed so motherfuckers could buy it. But that's just so crazy, bro, cause this is one of them things you just really wasn't expecting. Like, yeah, it happened, you feel me? Like, I'm glad I'm good, I'm glad ain't nothing happened to me or shit, just whatever. I'm glad everything happened. It was smooth. And yeah, I damn near forgot what the fuck I was even talking about. But yeah, if y'all like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, man. We gonna get out and do some more shit. It's like some more public shit soon. This corona shit just been kind of crazy, so I don't really want to do too much and get myself sick or anybody else sick. So yeah, if y'all liked it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and then I'll catch y'all niggas on the next one.